What's up, guys? Welcome to another Talking Bull podcast. I'm Anthony. This is Nick. We are here to bring you your weekly nerd news and talk some bull. We are currently recording on Saturday, June 8th. EA is doing some shit right now. They're talking about fucking FIFA, and as you know, we don't care about soccer. So we're like, let's go with what we have. So to start us off with some, early E3 stuff. We'll get into the stuff that broke before E3, but right now we're going to start off with the E3 stuff because it's big stuff. So we got our first gameplay footage of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and this game looks, first of all, it looks amazing. Yeah, I'll bring it up as I'm talking about it. Yeah, this game looks amazing. All gameplay though.
I don't need 15 minutes.
Oh, I did. It was dope. So yeah, starts off. It's on the Wookiee planet of Kashyyyk, I think they said, and like you see these little ratty things, and right away it's one of those things where it just seamlessly into the game. Looks dope. There's our dude whose name is what? Cal. Yeah, that's Cal, and we just see him going off to do stuff. And you see his little health bar there, which is nice. I like when they have health bars on the screen. Other than that, there's not much on the screen, which is nice. It looks really good, and you can't really hear the sound, but the sound is awesome. It's got like your normal Star Wars music, kind of ominous in the background. Ambiance, that was the word I was looking for. You can hear all that, and then the big reveal here. This guy from Rogue One, Forrest Whitaker's character, is in this. They're trying to free some Wookiees.
So at least they give a timestamp.
This is also 100% canon.
It is?
These characters are canon. They're going to be in other...
they're using...
It's canon. It's 100% in the lore. He said these characters are going to pop up in other places later on down the line. Things like that. So he has a place. It's not just kind of a one and done thing with this Cal guy. And obviously Forrest Whitaker, we've seen him in, I think... Rebels or something. One of the animated shows he was in.
He appeared in Rebels.
We'll see Cal down the line. Also, they confirmed that this is not a choose your own adventure story. There's no will he go to the light side? Will he go to the dark side type of Force Unleashed type of story. This is 100% Cal's story. He's going through it. You don't have a choice. He is a Jedi. He's not going to stray from that. And he's learning to be a Jedi, obviously. And I'm like, that's cool. I like that. That means they are sticking to a narrative. This is their plan. This is their vision. This is what they're going with. I was looking at the chat. There was a lot of people. It was split between. They were like, "Oh, we want the decisions," and other people were like, "Thank God, I don't want decisions." There's a lot of time in games. There's a lot of times in games where I don't want to make that choice, especially when you're like, "There's an alternate ending," and I'm like, "Motherfucker!"
Now I gotta play it.
Twice, or do the lazy thing and just look up the ending later.
Yeah.
Or go back and play that last mission again and change your decision. But some of the games, it's like, all your decisions equal up to that point, and I hate that. I hate that. Yeah.
You can't change that fork in the road because it's everything that leads to that fork.
Which makes sense. Your decisions ultimately make who you are, right? But if I'm playing a 12-hour game, I don't want to go back and fucking, because sometimes they're like, this little decision means nothing. Yeah. This big one means something. This little one means everything. This big one means nothing. So I like that this is 100% narrative driven, which was nice. So we get his little droid friend here. He's gonna be part of the gameplay. He shows you your map. When you call it up, you'll see it later. It shows his map, but the holographic kind of way, which is kind of cool. And then to get your health, he shoots a little health back to you.
Is that
who models this Cal guy?
I don't know. We saw it when they initially did it, but I'm not sure. I guess he's a well-known actor from some show, but I'm not sure what it is. So again, seamless into this. I like the way his coat moves. I love the new physics of things. So yeah, you see him looking at the map here, which is really, I like that. It's not just looking at a screen. It's looking at the map in full thing. You're in a thing. And if let's say you're in a mission and you check your map and some idiot's behind you, does it disrupt your map thing?
Yeah. I hope you don't get hit though. I hope it does pause in a sense that you can look at the map and the game does stop for that second.
I hope you get hit. Because if you're an idiot pulling out your map in the middle of a whole bunch of enemies.
Yeah, but sometimes you could be standing there, you're like, oh, there's no one nearby. I'm gonna look at my map. But there's some guy that you can't see off camera who sees you though, and
Yeah, I'm okay with that. But if like you open it up in the middle of a fight, like yeah, get hit. I like that little bit where it's dark and he pulls out his lightsaber to light the way there, where he's walking on that little thing. That was cool. So we see him. He's going to this refinery. This game looks just fucking amazing, and it's like it's pre-alpha, so it may not look this good, but I'm sure it will. Like most games now look amazing. You see, he has to get over to this area. You see people fighting, and he's gonna. I think he force pushes this thing, which is kind of cool. Jumps down over here. I like that he has a double jump. I mean, as a Jedi, he should be able to use jumpy powers. So we're gonna see our first little bit of stuff here in a second of him like using his lightsaber and shit. It's pretty cool. So they're all talking about stuff that's going on over there, which I like when enemies are reacting to things going on in the environment. So Tarzan swings over here and stabs this fucker. And you can see he has the ability to dodge lasers and shit, and then just straight up stab that guy. I like that he can force pull.
Yeah.
Also, cool. In a second, he has this force like slowdown, which is dope.
That was cool. And
then you can chuck your lightsaber, which is like hands down to me one of the best abilities ever a Jedi has. Spartacus, we learned don't throw your sword, but if you're a Jedi, 100% throw your damn lightsaber. It's fucking awesome. So you see him going here. This little dude also hacks as you're like R2. He hacks into things and open doors for you, which is kind of cool. This robot reacts to you in a dope way. He like runs away because he's afraid, right? Mm-hmm. And then you can see here he's gonna target the little dude, and then he just chucks it into this guy, which is great.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like that interactiveness of the stuff. He's got like a. So a lot of people were commenting on like the AI is just really stupid in this.
Like the stormtroopers.
Yeah, they're just waiting for him to react. That, but also like I'm sure they turned off the AI to show you.
You want to see him
use the bit exactly.
You don't want to see him struggle to
get
his ass beat.
It's not like when you watch me play a game and I play the same level for 2 hours because I keep dying.
Yeah, exactly.
People don't want to watch that in pre-rendered footage. They want to see the hero be a badass. Yeah. So like, yeah, he just waits there. And then gets chopped in half, obviously, because he's just standing there like an idiot. Look at this guy. He doesn't shoot. He's like, come on, come get me. Yeah. So you kill him, naturally. I like these cuts. It shows it.
Cut him right in half.
Yeah. Obviously, there's a skill tree.
Yeah. Apparently, a plane is landing in the backyard.
Yeah, what the hell is... Awesome. Yeah, that is fucking weird. Should we duck? So we saw these guys. They talked about them in the first reveal trailer. We talked about of these dudes that are kind of like the dark blah, blah, blah. But they have the ability to fight Jedi because of these purple lightning thingies. And this is kind of like, I get people were saying like the Dark Souls, these one-on-one type of fights where like, yeah, you're just going to fight these guys one-on-one. They're stronger. They're faster. They can dodge you. And obviously you see them get hit there. The AI is obviously on for this. But like you can defeat them. It's not going to be like, you're going to die. Yeah. But it looks very much like a back and forth between you and him. Like he's stronger. He's faster than a normal stormtrooper kind of thing. And I like that because like, yeah, you can, like when I was playing The Force Awakens or Force Unleashed, you can just cut through stormtroopers and it's awesome. But being able to cut through stormtroopers and then like have a decent one-on-one battle kind of thing is kind of cool. And then again, you get to cut that guy in half, which is dope. And now he's dead. But I do love the lightsaber just like in the ambiance of like, you can see it humming against shit, which is pretty cool. And again, Star Wars music is just playing all throughout this.
That's cool.
Yeah. All the like little music cues that you hear in the movies are all playing here. And you can hear all of them, all the background music. You could never stream this game because Disney will just hit you with every copyright strike. This is cool. I like the little robot here. So he's going to drop down. And then for a second, you're just going to play as the robot.
Oh, like right there.
Yeah. Or like you're still walking the character and the robot jumps up. I don't know. It just looked cool. So there's more enemies than just thing. You see these stormtroopers fighting off these little bug things. And what the guy was saying is, so you're going to see Cal here. He's going to jump down and engage these guys. In a minute here. But what the guy was saying was, you don't have to. You can go right by. You can wait till the bugs and stormtroopers are done fighting it out. And he's like, you won't get XP, but you don't have to engage.
I like that option.
Yeah, me too.
Because I would have just walked by.
I would probably engage.
I would have been like, fuck.
But you can see him like he's stopping the little time thing, which I like, and he's using the stormtroopers to fight other stormtroopers. But I like that his little like HUD thing is kind of just like a little red dot. You can see him it's a little thing. It's not a big thing. It looks very minimal, which I like when the games have that. There's a lot of climbing sections because they were done by Respawn, which is Titanfall and Apex. So there's a lot of wall running. Words are hard. And it's cool. He's hacking this open up thing, and then you're like, it all falls down. It looks pretty cool. And then you jump off, and it opens up the back area behind it, and that's where he goes to like the next little thing there. And I love that we talked about this before, where it's all just seamless now. There's no pre-rendered stuff. It's all it looks all the same. You go from like your cutscene to things. Like how many times were we playing a game where we put the controller down because it's a cutscene, and then the fucking cutscene ends and we get smacked in the face?
Yeah.
I like that you slow down the fan. And like again, yeah.
When does it come out?
November 15th. So yeah, just fighting these things. Fight, and then again, these little
fighting more guys. Yeah. November?
Yeah, November.
Was there a date?
I think the 15th.
November 15th, right there.
November 15th.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And then,
You're gonna get it?
oh yeah,
Right away?
probably.
Yeah.
This game looks really cool. He saves Baby Chewbacca there. That's all.
Is that the guy that was Joker on Thing? On
Maybe.
on Gotham?
Let's look up this guy's name and see if his actor comes up. Sometimes it says like who they're played by.
Mm-hmm. Cameron Monaghan.
It is
him.
Cameron.
Yeah, that is him.
Oh, Shameless. That was his other thing.
Shameless, yeah, but he was,
A
but
lot
it
of
is
people
him.
were talking about that because, okay. So yeah, he is that dude. I forgot what he was in, but yeah, that's our first look at the Jedi Fallen Order. It looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited for that. And then another game that I'm actually really excited for is out right now still, obviously, is Apex. I love Apex. I keep playing Apex. I don't play it as much as I used to. Played it on and off now. I'm trying to beat my backlog of games, which is why I haven't watched anything lately. I've been trying to beat everything. But so after everyone's talking about the lackluster Season 1 pass, and they're like, we heard you, we'll fix some stuff, blah, 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 changes are coming. Everybody wants this game to be updated every week like fucking Fortnite.
Is that how often Fortnite is?
Yeah, Fortnite's updated every fucking week with new shit, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, we're not going to do that. It's grind, blah, blah, blah. It pushes too much, changes everything right away. And like, second you're used to one thing, they fucking change it.
Yeah.
I have some problems with Apex. Yes, I would love a new map. I would love a new...
And you still play it on the same map.
Yeah, exactly. I want a new map. I want to do this, blah, blah, blah. So they teased the new map. They didn't show the new map. They talked about the new season, which is called Battle Charge. Starts July 2nd. It's going to have a ranked mode now. So as opposed to like just your normal thing, you get into ranked and you can be in a rank. And depending on where you are ranked, you get queued with those people.
Similar playable people.
Yeah. And then depending on where your ranked is at the end of the battle season, charge season, you get additional like skins or guns or whatever, gun skins. There's a new character called Watson, which I'll talk about in a second. Map changes are coming. They just didn't say when they were. But like leading up to the battle pass, we will see the new map changes. There's construction equipment all over Apex right now, like steel beams and shit, teasing that it's coming. And I like that little bit of like,
cool.
Yeah. There's a new gun coming, the All-Star, which is a gun from Titanfall. It's basically a OP as fuck gun that's gonna drop. There's a few OP guns that they drop in the care packages that come down in the game. This is gonna be that one. It's OP as fuck. It's just like crazy assault rifle with energy things. Can shoot long distances. It's OP, but once it's down, it's gonna be cool. And then there's gonna be daily and weekly challenges. as well as they're getting rid of like stat tracker and other things, and it's just going to be more streamlined, and you get more material to. Because right now with the season pass, you don't really get shit. There's not a lot of accumulative stuff. This new battle pass will allow you to get crafting materials to get that legendary skin that costs so much money in the store or whatever. So they're like, you're building towards stuff and it'll be quicker. So right now it takes a long time to get to the levels. And they're saying if you want to wait like one weekend and do it all in one weekend, you can with this new battle pass because of the challenges. And I'm like, I really like that. That's really cool. But people were pissy about it because they're like, we want more stuff. And I'm like, how much more stuff do you want?
They want the world.
I know. And they're like, we want it to update weekly, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, why? Why do you want this game to upload weekly? I don't understand this.
Because they play so much.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, these are the
People who, in a week, have played it 12 to 15 hours every day.
Yeah.
So at that point, it becomes
Old news after 5 days.
They want that new change.
Also, these are probably the people that played it like 4 times and now they want new stuff. I've played the shit out of this game, and all I want is like a new map. Yeah, so the rank mode, it starts with 6 tiers, goes from bronze to apex predator. New matchmaking for each one. You get rewards based on where you are each one.
Did you see the new Predator movie?
Yeah, it's fucking garbage. I think we talked about that before.
Try watching Kill Bill. Side note.
I like Kill Bill. 1. Volume 2 is that good.
Well, I gotta watch it on my laptop
Yeah.
because I think you need subtitles. Because there's a section in the beginning after she kills that first woman in the house.
Yeah.
She gets into her car, and
As she's walking to her car, you hear like this, I don't know, maybe
Some-
Asian is being spoken.
Chinese, Japanese,
Okay.
I don't know. But there's no dialogue, and I can't read it. It's not. There's no dub. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know if I watch it on my laptop, I can get the dubs.
Okay.
So I'm like, fuck. Because I was watching it on the TV.
Yeah.
It wasn't working, right? I tried uploading it, but it just wasn't.
Okay.
Fuck. So I had to shut
It off because I'm like, I
feel like I'm
missing something. Like I
I
feel like
I should hear
Yeah.
and understanding what is happening right now.
I didn't know there was that
Yeah.
thing. Huh. So the new character is called Watson. Her power is kind of electricity based, so it's hence the name Watson. This is her. Looks pretty cool.
Mhm.
All of her stuff that she drops is on her person, which is kind of cool. I like that element to her. And like her new ability is she's more of a tactical person as opposed to things. She can drop like these nodes around that make an electric fence.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a barrier so that when you run through it, it slows you down. It damages you a bit, but your teammates can all get into it. And it drops this thing. So like if you're down, you can crawl behind it.
Mhm.
And then like it just adds like fortifiability to like different areas of the map if you're trying to like hold a point or like near the end of like this character, if you're like one of the last few teams, is going to be fucking just a pain
Awesome
in
to
the
have on your team.
awesome to have on your team and a pain in the ass to play against because her ultimate, which I'm going to talk about in a second, is like ridiculous as fuck. So it drops these fences and you can position the 12 any which way you want to and to make a square fucking anything and drop them. Like they showed the drop ship and they were dropping them in between the doors of the drop ship. So if you went in there, you got fucking electrified and you got shot to shit. Allies can move it, blah, blah, blah. You can block off areas, defending certain zones. Her ultimate is called the Interception Pylon. I mean, when you put it down, it's a structure that blocks incoming throwables and projectors like arc stars and even bombardments from the other legends. So like we know Bangalore's thing, she just fucking bombards the map and you're fucking dead. This shit this will block that. And you have to destroy it for it to be gone. But it also like
destroy
the
pylon.
pylon to get rid of it.
Okay.
So if like it's the last fucking thing and she drops that and you're trying to like win this and she's got fucking electrified fences, you're fucked. On top of that,
Do you think that's something maybe and sometimes it's like, oh, this is awesome. And then it's the idea of like, yeah, but is it practical? So do you think once it gets played, do you think they tweak something?
they might tweak it down and turn it down a little bit because that's what they do with some of the legends. But like, I think it's a good
Sometimes
idea.
Like, it's awesome on paper.
Yeah.
But once in the real world or the game, like it's like, oh.
They were saying for it's to like it's a different response to players who play like run and gun, who just run in there, gun everything down, and there's not a lot of strategy.
Just
Yeah,
run and
exactly. Yeah.
Run and gun and die first team.
I play Apex two different ways. I either die constantly or I'm very conservative where I'm like, no, don't engage in this firefight. We got to survive. Go to the next thing, engage that firefight type of thing. Let's do that depending on how I feel like playing at the time. Sometimes I'm like, fuck it, let's just drop on the damn ship and fucking, if we win, we win. If we don't, fuck it. And other times I'm like, why are we dropping on this ship? I want to live. But this is very much strategic, like different play style, defensively kind of thing. But once you drop that interceptor thing, it recharges her fences quicker, so she can drop them quicker if they get destroyed. So like it's a game of like cat and mouse of trying to like get her shit down before they do it. And then it's gonna be a pain in the ass, but it's just a different way to play. She'll drop at some point during season 2, the map as well as that, and I'm just like, cool. I bought
Do you have a date for season 2?
July 2nd it starts.
Okay, yes. You said
I don't know when this legend will drop, but also they teased 2 new I forget the name of the goddamn things. Mod things for the guns that will actually make guns better and change up the way they play. And apparently it'll make the Mozambique not suck. And that is cool because that gun sucks. But apparently it'll make that gun a little bit better, which is cool. I like the little changes. I wish the skins weren't as expensive as they were to get shit because like they're cool, but they're just a pain in the ass to get.
Yeah.
I bought the season 1 battle pass. Wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be. I'll probably buy the season 2 battle pass. Change the map up a bit. There was, so in this trailer that they showed off, just you know how they do like the big reveals and then they do like the trailer afterwards to show all the things. There's a point where you're dropping and you see characters flying by with this little jetpack, and Dragon drives by. And like, so this is your player, like this big, and the dragon's eye is like this as you fly past it, and the dragon's going with you. And I'm like, is there dragons coming in this game? I'm like, fucking dope. Apparently, like, I won't spoil it because like people data mined the updates and they found a whole bunch of shit, and I half read one, but I don't want to read data mine stuff because I like people were mad, like, we already knew all this shit because we read it beforehand. It's like,
No,
if you didn't read it, then you wouldn't have known. Like, if they wouldn't have data mined, you wouldn't have known any of this shit. Like, I've known Watson was coming at some point because they did a leak of all the characters, of like what they may or not be, and these might be their names.
Yeah.
I'm like, but we didn't know fully what they were. Watson was one of those characters. So they're like, Watson's coming. I'm like, okay, I kind of knew that. They're like, oh, this is her powers. I'm like, oh, we all got it wrong. Okay, cool. But like, if you don't read that shit, you don't fucking know.
Yeah.
So don't act like, well, we
These are
already
the
knew
same
this shit.
People that play it for 18 hours every day. And
Again, this is the vocal minority. Half the people just like playing Apex. Like, yeah, its viewership has dropped. Its fucking revenue has dropped, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? It's nowhere near as bad as Anthem. Which isn't even at the fucking event. This game, you figure Anthem would be at this. And more of a scope than what it is. But it isn't. And that should tell you something. So, that was the... I scrolled down the article and I saw that they did the Madden stuff too right after. And I'm like, anything good? Yeah, it's Madden. The end.
You throw the ball, we catch the ball.
And if you're playing, and it's intercepted because the interception, like those quarterbacks are the best quarterbacks of all time. No matter how.
No, they're the worst quarterbacks because it costs.
No, their quarterbacks are great. Our quarterbacks just throw interceptions like they're the fucking Lions.
God.
Go Raptors. Raptors are gonna win, man.
I don't give a fuck about basketball. It's one of these sports to invest in and care about anything about. But I do want to say, like, being Canadian and whatever, like, it'd be nice if Toronto won.
Like the Raptors, like
they haven't won in a long time. Like
ever.
Have they ever? They've never won.
They've never won a championship.
Oh, I thought they had.
No, they have never, ever. No. This is the farthest they've ever made the playoffs.
Which I will say to this credit, last year they had made the playoffs the last couple of years. They had good runs. They had what's his name, Tony Casey as the head coach. Last year they canned him when they got taken out in the first or second round.
Yeah,
canned him immediately. Obviously, he had a ceiling of this is as far as they can get him.
Yeah,
because he kept getting knocked out same round.
Yeah,
they got rid of him. He goes to Detroit. Not a great choice.
Same fucking problem.
Well, Detroit, he goes to Detroit.
Detroit has a plethora of other
Yeah,
problems
there's
as
other
well.
problems besides Dwayne Casey's ceiling of only making it to the first or second round. Detroit has its own set of problems, but going back to the Raptors, they change it up. I don't know who the coach is now.
I don't know either, but he's going to coach Team Canada too now.
But he's taking them all away.
They brought in Kawhi Leonard there and Green.
But when the change works,
yeah,
you know, this is one of those examples of like, and like you had whatever. I don't want to go into sports, but
we're already there.
It's the idea that like sometimes you have that ceiling of like this team, this structure, these players, this coach will only ever make it to this round. We've made it here 5 times. We only ever make it here. They change it up. Sometimes it sets them back, and then they
need another one.
Make the playoffs or whatever, right? And other times it works, and in Toronto's case, it worked this year, which is
100%. And now they are 1 away from an NBA championship, which is amazing because like the Raptors came around
and 1 away from the championship against the Warriors.
Yeah,
that's like
exactly.
Yeah,
who are playing without Durant.
Well, yeah, but
might be a little bit different series with Durant, but still.
I don't know. It's from what
we'll never know.
We'll never know because he's not there, but.
Toronto clearly is the second.
We'll say like one of the best teams in the league
right now. Yeah,
one of the East, right? That's what they're doing.
Exactly.
They made it to this far. You don't make it to this point by not beating everyone else,
unless you have a shitty conference the way the NHL does.
Yeah.
But I stopped watching hockey the second the Leafs got knocked out. So.
Fucking what is it? It's Boston, St. Louis. St. Louis is up.
Yeah.
2 games?
No, 1, 2-1, I think.
Yeah, it's 2-1.
Yeah. Yeah, they went up the other day because they took out Chara.
I was listening to that. I
broke his jaw. He got hit in the face.
Yeah, and like I guess there was a
horrible fucking. There was a call not made that led to the second goal.
Yeah.
Which everyone is like they should have fucking blew the whistle 8 seconds ago, but they didn't.
I am so glad my job is not a ref in anything. Because like they have the worst. Like they could call a straight game and someone could still fucking problem with it. And
I guess this is one of those ones where like
it's so blatantly obvious.
Yeah. This is like you guys fucked up. That's clearly.
It's one of those. It's one of those ones where like the league has to come out and be like, "Our bad," which they've done.
Which they did. Yeah. And it seems like it's one of those things where it's like, they fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, there's no gray area. That was 100% a call that should have been made. And that goal should not have occurred because the puck should have stopped 10 seconds earlier at the blue line or whatever. You know, like
my favorite thing about the Raptors is, man, that's Canada's team. Like it's the only team we have. Vancouver's gone. Yeah, that's right, people. There was a fucking team in Vancouver.
Grizzlies.
Yeah, they're now the Memphis Grizzlies. No, I don't. Are they still there? I don't even. Yeah, they're still there. Yeah, they got that blue logo.
Yeah.
But like they came around and like right after that Jurassic Park, the first one of our. That's why they're named the Raptors. Like it was one of the names that we voted on. But like they came around at that right time where like we were younger and we're like, cool, we got our own basketball team. Everyone was super hyped and like Vince Carter, like that whole thing, fucking, and then like. They have just sucked.
They've just never popped. They weren't like the Vegas Knights, which was a new team that almost won. I'm so mad they didn't win 2 years.
I was hoping they did.
Oh fuck, that would have been.
But like the Raptors is like they've been our team for like so long. Like even as a Pistons fan, I'm like I still root for the Raptors. Mm-hmm. Like 9 times out of 10, if we go to a Pistons game, they're playing the Raptors.
Yeah,
I'm still cheering for the Pistons, but it's still like it's the Raptors. That's our team. Mm-hmm. And like for that, like I'm not even a bandwagon fan because I haven't watched anything.
Yeah,
but
like I said, I have no interest in. I don't care. I'd like them to win though.
I want them to win.
And I'm like,
there's all these little like mini Jurassic Park.
Yeah, there's like one downtown.
And I'm like, oh, they had the Jeep down there. I was like, shit, I wish I could go down there and take a picture.
Yeah, they have
but like, I guess there was like a fuck ton of people that are watching that game, and I'm like, that's amazing, and like it's just good for them, and I hope they win.
Yeah,
I hope they pull off that win because if not, and there's only been one team to ever come back from 3-1, and we all know who that is. That has been your weekly sports update. Now back to your original schedule bullshit of us talking about nerd stuff. All right, so we talked about that. Okay, so also Pokemon. Nintendo had its Direct earlier in the week on the Tuesday, and we got our bigger look at Pokemon Sword and Shield. It looks cool. It's not a step up graphically wise from what we saw you know, on the 3DS and everything like that. But like, there's still kind of an opening world to it more. Pokemon are kind of like walking out in the open, and depending on like where you are, kind of the weather, the time of day, there'll be more different Pokemon in that area type of thing. It's the Galar region, so it's kind of like London-y looking,
Yeah.
but like you can catch Pokemon, you can shake a tree and they come out, blah blah blah.
Shake a tree.
Yeah, but like there's this new battle system, and like gyms are back.
God damn! Look at the size of that chew.
We'll get
Why is
that.
it so fucking
Well, I'll
big?
get to that in a minute. I just wanted to click to that part. So, gyms are back. In the last game, they were gone, replaced with these fucking challenge things, and it sucked. It sucked all the fun out of the game because like there's like, what the fuck is the point of building this team to go battle gyms? Gyms are back. They're bigger. Like they're full stadium battles kind of thing now, and like you build your team, you go unlock them, and there's these things now called there's a new mechanic because every game has to have a new mechanic.
Oh, of course.
And I don't know where it is in this, but it's Dynamax new thing. It's kind of like the ultimate thingy, blah blah blah, in the other games. But this one basically it's make the Pokemon big as fuck. So there's these Dynamax Pokemon in the world, and like you team up with other players, and if there's no players around, they just use AI. But you team up to fight these big ass fucking Pokemon that you can find. There's this phenomenon in this region.
This Pikachu in the video is like 400 feet tall.
Also, it's a Raichu, but that's neither here nor
Was
there.
it?
Yeah, it's a Raichu. So you fight these things,
I know that
and
was
like
Gyarados.
yeah, and all their
But
moves.
this Raichu
Yeah.
looked bigger than Gyarados.
Yeah, it's like they get bigger, and like so they get larger, and you can only use it once per thing, and it lasts 3 rounds. And your Pokemon get bigger and stronger, so you have to use it strategically. But like,
Ball taking out of his pants.
yeah, I laughed at that too when I saw it in the trailer. So like you see that the arenas are all designed to handle these bigger giant ass
Yeah,
Pokemon.
they're all open arenas.
Yeah,
Go.
exactly. So like they get bigger, their moves are more powerful and blah blah blah. And to catch the other Dynamax ones, you have to use the other players to like team up to fight them. And when you're using the other players, only one person can make their Pokemon into the really big ones. So you kind of have to be strategic about it, and then everyone can catch them and you can use them later. And then like you see this guy and like all the ones doing their moves and stuff like that. It just kind of changes the battle a little bit to
You
like,
play this?
oh yeah,
So recently, my Pokemon experience goes as far as Go.
yeah,
But recently, I jumped back into Go.
Yeah.
I told you that.
hmm
There are so many back-end Pokemon.
You have
that
no
I
idea
can't
who
keep
they
up.
are?
I've never
Yeah.
fucking seen. I can't read their names.
I don't know what they
So-
are. But all I know is out of the 300 I can catch,
yeah.
I'm at like 170. I've crossed over to like more than halfway.
Gen 2, 3, and 4, I think, are in there now.
yeah,
Oh yeah. And like there's the one section you can look and it separates it by gen.
Yeah.
So you can get this group, you know. But I do know that like I have more than half.
Yeah.
I'm at like 170 out of the possible 300 you
Mhm.
can catch. And I'm like, I never thought I'd get this far.
No, I didn't. So here's my thing. I played obviously the first games. I know them pretty like I can name most 1 to 52 with Mew, mostly,
Yeah.
and then be like, oh yeah, that's what's his face there. The next 200 or so I can kind of do because I kind of play Gen 2 and 3 or whatever. And then after that, like I can recognize them, but not know how to pronounce any of their fucking names. And then like I went back and kind of like I bought a 3DS and I kind of went back and played all the older ones and whatever, and like up to Sun and Moon. So I've seen most of these Pokemon, but I couldn't tell you who the fuck they are. But this game is on the Switch, which is just like, why the fuck not? Like this game is made for the Switch. It's Pokemon on the Switch. I like that it has old Pokemon. I like that it has new Pokemon, and I'm totally okay with doing this. I like the Pokemon game because I like just building the team and like fighting the gyms and seeing how many I can get. Like in the Pokemon bank thing that they had, I've got a shit ton of Pokemon sitting in there
Yeah.
that are automatically coming to this game once it fucking does it. But like they have this thing now, Pokemon Home, where you can transfer all your Pokemon from various games up into this game or just back into the home thing. And one of them is Go.
And
And
I can transfer the ones from Go.
From Go up into here.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and
So, and I would have them. So like if I got this game, I would have the characters that I've caught in Go.
yes,
Is what you're telling me.
yes.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't know how
Like-
leveling works with that, but yeah, if you picked up this and put it in the thing, you would all your Pokemon would be in this and you would have them.
That's kinda cool.
I have this problem where I usually just take like the ones I know.
Oh, yeah,
and do
I would
it.
only take the first 10.
Yeah, the ones I know and I use them, and I kind of put the newer ones to the side. So like with the last 2 games I've played, I've really tried to not do that. Where it's like, yeah, I just use because I had the base 3 of like Squirtle, Charmander, and
Sorry.
those are like 3 of my
That's like
6
go-tos.
and then like the next gen starters, I use like 2 of those, and I'm like, I have a really bad habit of doing that. So I'm like, okay, this game,
It carbon needs you.
yeah.
When you come across other players and they see your roster, they're like, he's old. This guy's-
So like I don't use a lot of the newer ones, so I really try to use the newer ones because I'm like I
And
need
then
to
when
like
you come
not.
across like all these names you can't even
Yeah.
fucking pronounce.
You're like they're 12.
They're like,
Yeah.
This kid's 8 years old.
So and then so this is their champion. This is the guy you're obviously gonna fight at the end of the game, and he's got his own gigantic things, and like his brother's your rival. Blah blah blah. Like so the newer one is this sheepy thing, which I'm like, all right, cool. It's a sheep, and then your starters, and then there's this cool raven look one.
I know. I wanted to tell you this or ask you about this on the go.
There's a
couple Pokemon
Yeah.
that I have that are. I don't understand why I have so many of them, but they're slightly different. One in particular, Geodude.
Okay. Yeah.
Rock, 2 arms.
Yeah.
There's 2 styles of a Geodude.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Like what's the other style?
He visually looks different.
Oh, he's shiny.
Yeah.
Okay. There's the
Same in, and then I have like this other one called Castform or something like that.
the stupid cloud one.
Maybe like a cloud on his head.
Yeah,
or something
yeah,
like that. I got like 6 of them.
Okay.
But they're visually they all look different.
Yeah, that cast form does that, but the Geodude is a shiny Geodude. That's actually a rare thing to have.
Is it?
Yeah. In Pokemon, in the games, and in Let's Go and stuff like that.
So how I would have the
Yeah.
shiny cards.
There's various
So there's
Pokemon.
one
Yeah,
you're
they look
talking
like
about.
shiny. They're more rare. Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
People.
little sharper
yeah.
edges.
Yeah.
You know, little.
Yeah.
They have like the shiny ones have like the thick marker like black outline.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? And so I
Yeah.
have a couple characters like that I have other original like
Yeah.
we'll say plain ones for.
Yeah.
And then I have these like shiny ones. But then there's a couple like this cast form where I have like 5.
I think
And they're
that one
they
just
all
has different colors.
They all
Yeah.
visually look different.
Yeah, that one has I think purposely different colors, but
And
the
there's-
Geodude
yeah,
is
there's
a
no-
shiny one.
Couple new ones in like the newer what did you call them? Gens that are like that.
Yeah.
That are
Yeah,
are
each
different.
game is a new gen.
Yeah.
Is basically how that works. So there's the sheep dude, and I'm like, whatever, it's a sheep. I'm like, it's kind of cool looking. But then there's this flower thing that evolves into that other one we saw with the giant dandelion on its head.
Mhm.
Not dandelion, the white blow flower things.
Oh, those ones?
I don't know what
The blow flowers.
Yeah, and then there's this dude, and I'm like, that is a turtle tank,
That is a turtle
and,
tank.
and he looks pretty dope.
Dreadnought?
I think it's
Dreadnought?
Dreadnought. And I'm like, oh, Dreadnought. It's a turtle named Dreadnought. I'm like, that's fucking dope. I'm like, this guy's on my team for sure. But I hope he's not one of those stupid ass Pokemon that doesn't evolve. I hate Pokemon that don't
I like
evolve.
those ones because it's a one catch.
Yeah.
It's one catch and done. Boom, I got it. I don't got to worry about catching.
But like, okay, so
Motherfucker.
in Go, in Go, it's fine. Like
Yeah.
those ones are great.
Yeah.
I fucking got it. I'm done.
Boom.
The ones that don't evolve in the game, you're kind of like you don't want to use them because there's no point.
Because their power doesn't evolve type of thing? Like their
like,
HP
it's
doesn't
just-
evolve?
Like, it's
Like,
still kind of the same one.
Mhm.
Whereas like if they evolve, you're like, cool, I get a new thing, blah, blah, blah. Or there's some Pokemon you just don't evolve because you give them that stone that prevents them from evolving,
Mhm.
like Pikachu.
Yeah.
You're like, no.
always.
But yeah, this guy looks dope.
Squirtle
that I will
not evolve.
Yeah.
I have 2.
Yeah.
I have one that I evolved into.
Blastoise?
No, War Turtle.
Okay.
And I'm working my way up to Blastoise.
This bird looks dope. They said it's a carrier Pokemon that's supposed to like carry you to different things, but I'm like, can I catch it? Because it just looks dope.
So it's like for fast travel.
Yeah, kind of. It looks like a dope night
I'd
bird.
imagine you catch it.
Yeah.
But I'd imagine you catch it and then you've unlocked the ability to fast travel. Like you can use him to fast travel.
Maybe. Well, the last few games they got rid of all those TMs that you had to teach it like fly to move to other places. But he just looks dope. And then there's a few other ones that I don't care about. I want to get to the
Like a black chicken.
yeah. So this is the every new game obviously introduces the new legendaries. These are the two new legendaries. Sword guy and shield guy, because I don't remember their names. But obviously that's what the game is based off of. I don't know if their abilities are interchanged, like the one can hold the sword and the one can then make his beard into a shield. I initially saw these guys and I'm like, I know what version I'm buying. Sword, because shield looks stupid. But yeah, we saw them. They're about to fight. Then some leave fall, which is usually like the third big thing. So you
don't get the other one if you don't buy the other game?
No, you gotta buy both. That's how this works. And every game, so let's say there's 250 Pokemon in this, and like 65 new ones. Like 5 will be in the other game that you can't get. So you'll either have to trade with people, which now with the new world trading thing, back in the day it was really hard to trade to get these characters because some Pokemon only evolve if you trade them. Okay. Now with the online like thing, it's gonna be a lot easier. But yeah, you also had to like get both games to get all the characters. Now you don't have to do that. But yeah.
That's 95% the same game.
Oh, it is not 95% the same game. It is 99.5% the same game.
Did you ever buy it?
Oh yeah, I've bought them twice. I bought Ruby Sapphire.
Oh yeah. I wanted those extra 3 that I.
Oh yeah.
So totally bought 2 of the same fucking game.
100%. I was trying to find the name of the legendaries, but I could not. Oh, there they are.
Shield and sword. Let's just go with that. So, I can't read those fucking names.
Zekin and Zemisata. I know I butchered those. But yeah, those are sword and shield respectively. And yeah, they don't know if they can change it or not, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, that's Pokemon. It's more Pokemon. I don't know what you want from me. Google Stadia dropped its pricing and what it is.
What was the pricing? Available for $130 this November.
So
$10 a month.
The subscription one is dropping soon, and it's the Founders Bundle, which is $130 for November when it launches, which gives you the Elite Chromecast, the controller, the subscription for 3 months, and I think a game.
It's kind of pricey. 3 months, so it's 3 months of subscription, the controller, and a game.
Because
for $130.
It's the initial thing.
I guess.
And plus, it gives you everything.
You're gonna get Stadia?
What the fuck would I get?
Do you think Stadia lasts?
No. They're not ready. The internet is not ready for this.
Do you think we're talking about Stadia a year from now?
Maybe.
Like it's gonna last a year, or like we're talking about it a year from now, saying like what
the fuck? Whatever happened to that?
We're talking about it to like, can it hold on? Okay, so here we went to the Google main page with it on it because I was trying to find what it includes, but there's so many goddamn ads for Destiny. We get it. You get Destiny. That's the game you get. We get it. We did the speed test earlier, and
let's run theirs.
But I'm gonna run their speed test to see what they say. Check now. I want to see what this tells me about my speed on whether or not I can handle this wired on my thing. And then I will test it later, Wi-Fi, and tell you how I do, because I'm not unhooking everything right now. They are running a quick test to see how it does.
Should take about 30 seconds. That was a lot faster than 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, that was not 30 seconds. That's that thing where it says it might take 30 seconds and it's done.
Based on your current download speed at 124 megabytes per second, we expect you'll have a high-performance gaming experience on Stadia.
So 124. So their thing for 4K is 38. I think I'm okay. But again, there's a lot of people who won't be able to do this.
That's fucked up.
That's the U.S. infrastructure of internet. A lot of it's garbage.
Yeah, it is.
We lucked out because I paid. Yeah, I pay to get good fucking internet, and I never have a problem with it. No, and I never have a fucking. Oh, I think my thing goes up the thing in September. Fuck, that's really soon.
6 months.
Yeah, my cheaper thing. Yeah, fuck. Well, yeah, so I'm good on that.
Even still, though, it's not bad.
No. So, like, here are the games you can get. These games and more are available for purchase on Stadia. So when you start off with the Founders Edition, You
Okay,
get.
so let's scroll up a little
Okay,
bit.
so here's what I wanted to say. You get the controller, the Chromecast Ultra, which allows the 4 thing, and then the Destiny thing. And for those who are wondering why that's a big deal, it holds his chair in place because the floor is slippery.
If I slide out of frame.
Yeah, this is
I'll
just
double
an update. So, real quick, the difference between base next year, Pro is
back.
launching.
So it's free to play?
It's free to buy what games you want. So the difference between you pay $11.99 a month. If you get the Founders Pack, there's no charge for $3.99. But you get up to the 4K. You get 60 frames a second. You get the surround sound. You can buy any game whenever you want. Yes, and you get additional games released regularly, starting with Destiny 2. And then you get like the vault of games that they'll have, kind of like Game Pass or a PlayStation Now. With the regular one, starting at some point next year, you get only up to 1080p, 60 frames per second. You get normal stereo. You can buy games whatever you want, but you don't get the access to the
You don't
games
get the
that
free games.
exactly, which makes sense.
That's like, it's exactly like Plus or.
And you don't get discounts on select game purchases, which
is
you
like
get.
Plus.
Yeah.
If I don't have Plus, I don't get the Plus discount.
And like,
Makes sense.
okay, so if you were to do this, you get all this, but again,
If I were to do this, it would be I'd be playing the basic.
100%.
100%.
But again,
But I still have
who's
to spend
doing this?
I still have to spend this initial $100-something to get the controller and the.
No, you don't have to. You only would have to buy the. You can play this on you can use any controller. You can play it on your desktop. The only thing you need that Ultra for, Chromecast Ultra, is to play it on your TV.
Well, that's what I would want.
Yeah, so you'd have to buy that $40 dongle. You don't have to
Oh,
buy
okay,
the
so
controller. You can use it with the PS4, the Xbox, and maybe the Pro Nintendo controller. But you can use it with controllers you already have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is just their controller. But if you wanted to play it on your TV, you'd have to buy that $40 thing. This is just giving you that little bit of a thing. And again, they're saying, yeah, our entry point is only $130 to get in, whereas opposed to if you buy the console, $500. But with the console, I don't have to worry about it not fucking working. Well, sometimes. You cannot play this without solid internet. If it goes down, you are fucked. You can't play games.
And how does it save? Like, what?
I assume it just saves in the cloud like everything else.
To your account?
Yeah, saves to your account. Yeah. Kind of like cross save now where it's saved to your main account. But what do you I don't know who this is for. Because console players are going to stay with consoles. PC players are not going to play this because they have their high-end PC.
Yeah, PC
and casuals aren't going to touch this because they want to play their touchscreen games. So who the fuck is this for? If you're gearing this towards me thinking I'm going to get it, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'll try it because it's free.
Yeah, I would try the free one.
But there's no games.
Not yet.
But there's no games in general.
It's not until next year.
But there's no games for that free one. You have to buy the games to play on it.
Well, yeah.
So what? I'm going to go there, spend $80 on one game just to try it? No fucking way.
They'll have a cheap game.
Maybe they will. But still, I'm like, there's no need for me to get this. And with Xbox and Sony working on their cloud now because of this, and maybe getting remote play to work wherever, I don't you can play it, and then you can play it on the Google Pixel 3 for whatever, 2 now.
Is that what you have? You have 2.
I have the 2. But I'm just I have my console. I have a portable console. Yeah. This isn't for me. This isn't even for you.
No.
Because you already bought the PlayStation.
Yeah, I already have a PlayStation.
And 9 times out of 10, you will buy a PlayStation 5 or whatever the fuck they call it.
Whatever Rockstar puts out their motherfucking game.
We'll get to that in a minute. But I understand this and what Google wants and blah, blah, blah. And some people.
If they're waiting for next gen, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
Let's face it, they are waiting for next gen. Because at this point, what are they waiting for? Because it's not being announced. Okay, so anyways, that's it for thing. That's what they announced. There's a bunch of games coming to it that you can already buy on the consoles. I don't know who this is aiming towards.
What I was going to ask you though, on the Stadia store or wherever.
Yeah.
Will the games I'm guessing will still be the same price as they are on the PlayStation?
Yeah, because they can't undercut. Again, you can't unless they're willing to eat the price of the game. It's still going to be $80 or $60 wherever you are. Or if you're in Brazil, it's like $135 because holy shit, their games. I think it's Brazil. There's a lot of places in the country or the world other countries where games are like ridiculously expensive because of like getting them into the country and shit like that.
Even though in some way it shouldn't matter because it's all digital now, and it's still weird because it didn't print anything or cost anything to send it or make it or travel. There's no trucks for delivery. There's no people. It's still odd as fuck. But I digress.
But again, they don't want to undercut the people selling the things
Physical
that exactly.
I understand
not
the
physical copies, but like the console and the controllers.
Yeah,
it's still gonna cost.
I understand the rules behind it and the protections behind it, but it's fucked up that a digital game costs as much as a physical game.
Oh, I 100% agree. That's why you just wait till everything's on sale if you don't want to buy it on launch. But I don't. Yeah, you'll need the Founders Edition to play in 2019, and then the other one won't open up until 2020.
Yeah. Side note, I was thinking of this the other day. How come? Okay, so a digital game has to cost the same as a physical copy.
Because we just went through different. They can't undercut the
guy who drives a truck to deliver to the fucking EV games and all that shit. Printed discs.
Yeah.
Can't undercut that. So it has to cost the same. How come on the store though they'll put a fucking game at 50%? If I go to the store though, that game's not on sale for 50%.
I'm assuming, and I'm just guessing, that Sony was like, drop the price, blah blah blah. It's not because most games when they do go on sale in the store, unless it's some big event like
talking like the digital store.
Yeah.
When a game is on sale in the digital store.
Yeah.
For let's say fucking Spider-Man just came out. Let's say on the store I could get it for 20% off.
Yeah.
If I go to the mall, pick up that game, it's not going to be marked down.
I assume that Sony worked out the deal with whoever is publishing the game, Spider-Man at this point being themselves.
Yeah.
They were just like, go ahead. That's what I assume happens. It's much like the PlayStation Plus games. They give them so much money to be like, we're going to give your game away for free. Here's like the cost of the game.
Yeah.
I assume that's how the deal works. Because right now, the Days of Play is going on right now in the PlayStation Store, and everything's on sale. But also, those sales are also in the stores. The physical stores. And like console, the consoles, controllers are all off right now.
Like the FIFA, like the EA stuff.
Yeah.
All those games. I can't go to the physical store and get all those games for $60.
No, that's some deal they worked out with EA or something because like you can go in there now.
But only digitally.
Yeah.
It's just a weird thing that like you'll undercut them sometimes, but you can't undercut them all the time.
Initial games you can't undercut. 9 times out of 10, if a game is like Amazon will do it all the time, but I'm sure they're eating the price of that. They're paying the difference.
Yeah.
That's how they get away with it. If Walmart's like, fuck you, we're not paying the difference, then they don't care.
Yeah.
Right? Because if like, let's just take Activision, for example. Call of Duty comes out, Amazon's like, we'll take 20% off of your thing. Activision's like, well, you can't do that because Walmart isn't doing it. Or Amazon's like, no, we're going to eat the difference.
We're going to pay you the difference.
We're still going to give you all the money that you would make technically from that. I'm guessing that's what
happens. How it works
I have no
out.
fucking clue, but that's
It has to. Yeah, there's no logical explanation because like
Amazon can't just be like, okay, we're gonna drop everything half price.
Yeah.
I don't think they can do that without eating the price of what it is. They're
just hoping that they sell twice as much in a way that like, offsets the price that they have to
if someone's
pay
like,
the difference.
I wanted to buy Call of Duty, but I don't want to pay full price for it. Activision's like, okay, we'll give it to you half. I was like, oh, well, and if everyone goes to Amazon to buy it, they still make that money, but also still have to pay Activision or whatever or EA. Yeah, it's EA.
Yeah,
whatever. Either way, you know what I'm saying. I'm confusing developers because there's so fucking many of them.
53.
Damn, we talked about a lot of shit today and nothing else at the same time. I think we went for 15 minutes about sports.
It was long. Whatever.
Stadium, it's a weird thing. Again, I don't know who this marketing is for and what it is. Destiny's going free to play in September. I think it's September.
I think we should only focus on games right now.
That's kind of all that's left anyways, other than like random stuff.
Well, like I wouldn't touch this.
Or that stuff either.
Maybe do it next week.
Yeah, but there's going to be a lot of game stuff next week too because they have a thing. Yeah, because of
hold on to it.
Yeah, we'll just stay there. So yeah, it's going free to play now that it's away from, I believe, Activision, wherever it was initially. Whoever published it, I think it was EA. I don't have a fucking clue anymore. Anyways, yeah, it's going free to play. after the newest expansion drops, and you'll be able to play all the stuff after that. And then like any future expansion will cost normal future expansion price, but the base game and I think the first expansion are all going to cost nothing. And it'll be cross save across the platform. So whatever, it's probably like a Bungie account. So if you sign up your Bungie account and link them, you'll have the ability to like sign in and then carry over your progress. So if your buddies are playing on PlayStation and then someone wants to, it was Activision. If someone wants to like
play on Xbox,
they could all play. I'm like, that's cool. Sony's been relatively open lately about cross saving and cross play, which is kind of cool. I kind of wish other games, a lot of multiplayer. I wish all multiplayer was cross play or even cross save. I'll take cross save because it'll just allow you to open up and play with more people and do different things on different consoles. And like I don't see why most of it is like people are gonna play on the console they're gonna play with. And this whole notion of like PlayStation being like, well, we don't want the players to mix blah 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 is just fucking stupid. Yeah, exactly. I know. I laughed at that, and it took me a moment to just laugh at it more. Yeah, yeah.
To try to separate.
Exactly. And
deep end, shallow end.
Exactly.
Fuck it. Let's just all play in the middle.
And PlayStation 4 would no longer be getting content first. It seemed like that deal was signed with Activision doing it, and now that Bungie's on its own with Destiny, they're not doing that same thing. So that seemed like an Activision thing they were pushing. So that's kind of cool. I like that it's going free to play, and then if you want to buy the expansions, you can. Destroy All Humans is coming back. They're making a remake and adding a whole bunch of content to it, so that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I've had Destroy All Humans in my cart a few times in the store when it's on sale. But it's like a dated game, and I'm like, I don't hesitating. I never pulled the trigger on it, but
okay. So
I know I said we'll stick with only games, but if you go back 1 second.
Okay.
There's a new G.I. Joe film.
Yeah.
And the date has already been pushed back.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a new one with a date.
Yeah, I read it a while ago. It's a rumored to be
originally set for March 27th, 2020. It's now been pushed to October 16th.
Yeah, and the Micronauts movie, which was supposed to be taking it, has also been bumped back to even further, because now it's taking its spot.
Yeah, didn't even know that first one was there.
Yeah, I did. People were talking about it, but yeah, it's been pushed back, and that was the news. And I'm like, no one gives a fuck about this G.I. Joe movie.
It's not gonna work.
No, it isn't. Well, this counts. Tom Holland's Uncharted movie is set for December 2020 release date. So that movie where he plays a young Nathan Drake is still set. Apparently, it's still moving on.
Yeah, I saw that this week.
And yeah, okay. I don't know.
Was Nathan? I didn't play. I think I played.
There's a flashback in 3 where he's younger.
I was gonna say I think I played 3 or 2. I don't remember.
I played 1 of them. I don't remember what it is either.
I don't remember. Anyways, were there any where he was 12?
Yeah, there's a flashback in 3 where he's younger.
Yeah.
So, okay. Tom Holland's going to play him. I like Tom Holland. I don't know if fucking video game movies are just not that good.
No, they're not. I think what it boils down to is it's weird. They don't translate well, and it's odd that they don't translate well because you think that they fucking would.
Stuff, and it just, I don't know.
You think that they would. Sometimes, what I was
going to originally say is like sometimes the game is like, okay, so you got like a 12-hour game.
Yeah.
18-hour game. And it's like, okay, how do you translate that into 2 hours?
Yeah.
But then, like, in some way, it's like they do it with, like, books. Not that, like, let's say...
But those don't always work either.
Well, let's say Lord of the Rings. I never watched the movies, but I know the books are long.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would say that they're 12-hour book long or whatever. But they've worked in a 2-3 hour movie.
Yeah.
So it does work.
It can work.
But for some reason, when it comes to video games and cutting that 12-hour game experience into a 2-hour movie,
it just
does
not
doesn't
fucking work.
No. The most successful one that anyone actually likes right now, I think, is Detective Pikachu.
I wouldn't even go that far. I'd go fucking...
And, like, the first Mortal Kombat from the 90s kind of worked.
Mortal
Kombat's weird because even as a game, it's a stupid structure, like this ladder thing and these 2 people just stand there. I would not put Mortal Kombat on the list. Something has worked.
I won't. I said kind of worked. The sequel's garbage. But like the story right now in Mortal Kombat is fucking amazing. It makes the movie look garbage. But again, it's.
But yeah, I don't even know if there's one that translates.
You know what doesn't work? Mario.
I don't know. The Mario movie was pretty fucking awesome. No, it wasn't. I can't even say it. I watched it 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago.
It's bad. I don't know. Like, what were they thinking? Like this, like what?
And like this was made at the height of the movie. Going back to your Pikachu, Detective Pikachu was announced when Go popped, and the world over was playing Go.
Yeah.
People were dying,
walking off fucking cliffs, walking off fucking right into goddamn traffic.
Yeah, you've seen all those videos, man.
Fucking on playing this game. They announced the movie for 2 years later, hoping the bubble would last that long. I don't know what they were thinking. It didn't. The movie was received okay, but it didn't make that pop.
Yeah.
Mario came out when Mario was still a big thing, though.
Yeah.
Why would you make this movie to this game and these characters? What's the correlation between, like, I don't get it.
It's like someone got smashed on the head and kind of remembered Mario, but then kind of didn't. I just like Mario's.
It didn't take back then.
Initial Mario.
To make a movie.
See,
it came out when it was still hot.
Mario was like the easiest thing to adapt because there's not really a story to it. You just save the princess from this dude.
Yeah.
But like, it's gotten better with storytelling with like 3D games and like the newer games. But like back in the day, there wasn't much you had to do, and they still fucked it.
Well, they could make whatever they wanted to fill in the gaps, and what they made up is
asinine. It's asinine. It's so fucking stupid. And that movie looks like it was filmed with like $3 of a budget.
Mm-hmm.
Like student films now look better.
Oh.
There's films online from like fan made things of like Batman and like Mortal Kombat and like looks way better than like 2/3 of the fucking movies they attempt to make for video game stuff. Mm-hmm. It's like and Doom.
Is that the one with the Rock?
Yeah, it tried and then just like fucking failed, and it just.
Can we take
10 or 35 minutes? Google video game movies.
Okay.
List
of video game movies.
Okay. Double Dragon. Terrible movie. Street Fighter. Terrible movie. I'm just listing off the top of my head. Dungeons and Dragons. Not really a video game movie. Rampage.
I didn't mind Rampage.
That was okay.
But I want to see like a full list.
Okay. We got
list of films based on video
there
games.
There we go.
Scroll it down a little bit.
Theatrical ones.
Okay, so you got the granddaddy.
Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers, 1993, and like I said, 93, Mario Brothers still fucking hot.
Yeah.
They didn't. Like I said, it's not that Pokemon thing where like they announced the Pokemon movie at the time when it was hot.
Yeah.
And dated it for 3 years after, hoping
Yeah.
the bubble lasts. Like it doesn't work like that anymore.
Double Dragon, never
Terrible.
seen it.
Terrible.
Street Fighter, saw
Not
it.
awful. Not even close to what.
Not anything about the game. Badass Van Damme movie though.
Oh yeah.
I move on. Mortal Kombat,
Decent.
It's okay.
It's decent.
It's okay, but just the idea of Mortal Kombat is still stupid in the sense of like it's a little bit like Bloodsport.
Yeah. Well, it is Bloodsport, except the fate of the world hangs in the balance.
And that's the part where it gets dumb.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat Annihilation, fucking awful. Wing Command, shitty fucking movie.
Okay, Warcraft, Tomb Raider. I would say those probably on the side of success.
The first one.
On the side of success.
The first one.
That's what we were looking at.
Yeah.
Warcraft, Tomb Raider. I would say on the side of success.
Not the best, but still better.
So far, out of the let's say like those top 8, that's the best one.
No, I'd say Mortal Kombat.
Oh fuck no.
I'd say Mortal Kombat. Resident Evil, good. I like Resident Evil. It kind of sticks to what it is. The first one. The rest go off the fucking rails.
Yeah. Warcraft.
Cradle of Life sucked. It's awful. House of the Dead, garbage. Made by Ubi Ball, I'm pretty sure. Apocalypse, terrible. Alone in the Dark, absolute garbage.
Is this the Doom to 2005? That's when that fucking movie came out?
Yup.
Holy fuck, I didn't know.
I guess there's a new one coming out that has nothing, and the guys who do Doom don't even have any involvement in it. So we'll just see how that one does. Blood Rain, terrible fucking movie, and it's an Ubi Ball movie. I just want to see. Doesn't count. Again, Dead or Alive. Actually, kind of stupid, but not that bad. I don't even.
Ball movie.
Yeah. Postal. That's a shitty game and non-existent. Hitman. Not that good.
No.
And The Name of the King and Dragon's Siege Tale. Also really fucking stupid. I never even watched it, but I heard it was bad. It's got a 4% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's 16 behind X-Men.
Max Payne, you ever see that?
Yeah, weird. Kind of has the same tone of the movie, but also completely misses the mark. Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li. Terrible movie starring Christian Kirk. I just Chun-Li. What else we got? Tekken. Actually, Tekken's not that bad.
Is that a theatrical release?
It kind of is, but kind of isn't, but kind of. It's a good movie. It's actually good. Prince of Persia. So horrible movie.
Yeah.
You're going with horrible?
I'm going horrible.
Horrible movie,
First of
but
all,
actually gets the
It says Disney's Prince of Persia. Horrible movie.
horrible movie gets the premise of the game. A lot of these movies miss the premise of the game. This it's not that bad.
Yeah.
I'm not even the biggest Prince of Persia fan. I've kind of dabbled in the games a little bit. This one isn't that bad. I think it gets a lot of hate because of Jake Gyllenhaal.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hitman 40. Need for Speed. How do you make a game?
It's not that
You
good.
can't.
Again,
You can't
but we're
make.
missing like all these games. Like
I skipped all the
Resident Evils, they're all awful. Silent Hill Revelations, I've never even seen it. Silent Hill, the first one, kind of got the aesthetic of the game, but sucks.
That was a video game.
Silent Hill, yeah. It's
Is that
actually
the one with the fucking weird looking creatures?
that like go in the shadow when there's
Yeah.
clouds. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, guys, he gets games. He just doesn't know what they're called. Hitman 47 is
I didn't watch that one.
it's not bad, but it's not good either. Warcraft was one of those ones like
It was supposed to be good.
it
and I don't
looks
think
really
it was.
good. I keep meaning to watch it. I have it, but I just haven't watched it yet.
The new Tomb Raider.
Oh no! You're skipping
Well,
one.
I'm sorry.
You're skipping Assassin's Creed.
Skipping was
should have been the pinnacle of like the
This
first one to work.
this movie should have worked. It is the easiest fucking thing to adapt, and they fucked it so bad. And the best part about this movie is the way we watched it. So, we watched this movie.
So let's first say the movie Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
2016.
Yeah,
Was released.
yeah.
We watched it. Similar to my Kill Bill experience.
So for those of you who don't know, there is a substantial amount of this movie with subtitles. Which, okay, fine, I get. If you don't have subtitles, this movie is you have no idea what's going on, kind of. So
we started making up our own dialogue,
Jesus fought a tiger at one point. It was great.
filling in what we thought the point of the story was based on the visuals and like the inflection of their voice, and we just filled in the gaps.
Our Assassin's
That
Creed
movie
movie
fucking
is 10 out of 10. This
That
movie,
amazing.
garbage.
The
Our
actual
movie,
one, not
yeah.
good.
No, it's bad. Tomb Raider, the new one,
I did not see the new one.
I liked it. It stayed true to what it was. It's not like the best, but it still takes.
I think apparently Tomb Raider works though.
It does.
This one with thing worked well.
Yeah. This one stayed true to the newest character, the newest series. I liked it. I hope it gets a sequel. They announced one. We'll see if it gets off the ground. Detective
Rampage.
Pikachu.
Well, you skipped Rampage.
Well,
I
I
like
mentioned
the movie.
I like the movie. Let's face it, the game is stupid to begin with, but the movie kind of works.
Yeah.
So
Detective Pikachu.
I haven't seen
I
it
haven't
yet,
seen it.
but I hear people like
but
it.
But again, it wasn't that pop of like, oh,
Yeah.
this is the one. So far, none of these have been the one
Yeah.
to do it.
Sonic the Hedgehog, we've
Not
already
gonna do
seen.
it.
No, we've already seen the problem with that.
Yep.
And Monster Hunter, based off the vague description they've already gave for this movie,
Not gonna do it.
completely misses the mark of what this is. I'm
And
gonna
then
click
after
on.
that is Uncharted.
Yeah. So it says a United Nations military team falls into a portal to an altered dimension where humans fight off giant monsters. The two work together to defend the portal. Blah 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 from invading Earth. Yeah. Does that sound like a Monster Hunter game to you? I've shown you bits of Monster Hunter where I just hunt monsters. Do you see any fucking U.S. Marines in there? No. That's fucking dumb. You missed the goddamn premise of the game again because why not just make a story where a team of people just go hunt a monster? Why do you have to put fucking Marines in there to defend against the fucking thing, alternate dimension? Like, you're making this needlessly complicated. Sonic's doing the exact same thing. He's coming to our world from his world and Robotnik, blah, blah. You're just, make Sonic fight Robotnik in his own goddamn place. That's all we want to see.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck about James Marsden.
Nope.
Is it James Marsden?
Yes.
Okay. We don't give a fuck about him. We don't care that he's driving a truck. We don't care about his human friends. We don't give a flying fuck. I don't know why these movies keep insisting on like, oh, they come here and things happen, bro. It never fucking works. Look at Masters of the Universe. He-Man and his whole people came here. Did that movie fucking work? No, because Dolph Lundgren was He-Man. It was terrible. But still, like, it never works. I don't know why some idiot screenwriter is like, I'm going to totally do this.
It's not on there.
What?
I was looking for He-Man.
Well, it's not a video game. It's a cartoon.
I guess.
Yeah. And then the Uncharted movie. There's a Mortal Kombat movie that's been in development for about 35 years. There's a Metal Gear movie that's not going to be good because, like, let's face it, without Kojima doing any of it, it's going to be terrible. And it doesn't. That movie does not translate. The game does not translate.
Mega Man. Do you think it's animated?
No,
it's animated.
it's going to be animated, but Mega Man's going to come to our world. And he's got to get back to his world. And he's got his little pew pew shooter. It's going to be stupid. They made Pac-Man work, I guess. Fucking hot.
You know what though? Like, that's like Angry Birds. You never would have thought Angry Birds would work.
No, here's why Angry Birds works. Go with me on this. Even though the Angry Birds movie is terrible. The only reason it works is because they completely ignore everything that is Angry Birds. They just make these characters with different personalities, and they have all personalities and blah, blah, blah. Angry Birds is a game where you flick birds at pigs and knock down shit. Movie has basically none of that. Because it's just about fucking John Cusack as a bird or whoever fights the main fucking character. I think it's Jason Sudeikis.
I've never seen him, but it just goes off that idea of like, how do you make a Tetris film?
You don't.
Make a film about
you
Tetris?
don't. And then Tomb Raider 2.
And
The Division might work because it's just an alternate story of like what happens when a virus wipes out half the world.
You saw that. It was one with the monkey.
Yeah.
Wasn't it called Virus? What's that? Outbreak.
Is it Outbreak?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good movie. It's a good book too. I should have read it. And then like international movie ones where it's
animated ones. The animated ones we don't. Some of them work. Like you have like.
So
I would put Angry Birds on that list.
Minecraft movie. Well, I don't understand how that
works.
Mario. Ratchet and Clank, but again, they missed the mark 100% because they released that like when Ratchet and Clank were not at the peak of what they were.
Yeah.
And it's just a retelling of the game with some added shit in it. And then Japan just puts out everything.
Well, yeah, I don't even look at that list. They have one out every week.
And then China does its own thing. And then television movies. House of the Dead 2. Yeah, again, it's just more Pokemon shit. Red Factions Origins. Yeah, just there is two movies though that work. They're animated, but they work. And they kind of saw it as Arkham as a video game movie because it ties into Arkham.
Yeah.
There's 2 Resident Evil films.
I would say that's the best one on this entire list. Is Batman.
There's I don't see them on here, but there's 2 Resident Evil films that are animated, and they're actually really good. I think one is called Vengeance, and I forget the other one is, but they're canon. They count within the grand scheme of the Resident Evil games, and they're acted by their voice actors, and they're actually good because they get the fucking point. But they are really good. I've actually watched them multiple times, and they stay true to what Resident Evil is, or was at the time and is now. But yeah, other than that, video game movies suck. Look at how long they've been trying to get Halo to fucking a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, there's more live action stuff. Blood Rain 2, Alone in the Dark 2. Why are you making movies this shit? Is that another Uwe Boll movie?
Probably. Yep. Ball. 2005.
This guy I don't know why they keep giving free reign to make shit.
It's cheap.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, like they don't work. I've watched this Tekken movie though. I don't think I watched the second one, but the first one's actually pretty decent. They set it up kind of like a Tekken thing. Like, they fight in an arena.
Mhm.
They do like things where like rocks pop out of the ground and like it's different fighting stages, and it actually kind of works, which is kind of amazing. But like, yeah, none of this.
Oh, dude. Annihilation.
Oh yeah, yeah. It says it's software, but like one of the people was like, yeah, it has nothing to do with fucking thing. It's direct to DVD.
Yeah.
Or video, sorry.
It's a horror film? They're horror? Like Doom is a horror film?
I would technically. Well, they go to Mars and they get attacked by aliens. Look at this cast of great people.
Not a single name I recognize. No.
I thought that was someone.
The last name was different. And then, yeah, so not a cast, not a single.
I do not recognize a single one of these people. But who's your main actress?
Doesn't.
You have a picture.
From Torchwood. I miss Torchwood. She was a side character in Torchwood. Yeah, like, again, fucking video game movies are terrible. And there's a handful of semi-decent ones and a handful of just god-fucking awful, never should made movies. But in between, they kind of mishmash in that kind of okay territory. But there's never been a, like, end-all, be-all of, like, great.
It actually worked.
Yeah. Because they don't really translate. And they're not...
It's odd, though.
Yeah, you think they would just kind of like... It's like we're telling DC all the time. Like, Marvel has worked because they kind of just adapt the comics and change stuff up. Whereas DC, like, doesn't do that, kind of. They just kind of make their own stories that aren't that best, but they kind of adapt it. I think they need to lean more into adapting their stories and just changing it like that, but it doesn't seem to work for them. That's what comic book movies do. Just take the source that you already have and change it and adapt it. That's all you have to do, but they don't do that. They try to add shit to it. Mm-hmm. Like Mario, just have him save the princess. Oh, no, it's an alternate dimension where they have cars that run off electricity and Koopa is like a dude and the dinosaur things are big fucking things, blah, blah, blah. And like the king is turning into goop and just like, what the fuck are you thinking?
Was there even a princess in that movie?
Yeah, it was Daisy.
It was? It was a Daisy?
Yeah, I think it was Daisy. Yeah, it was Daisy. Yeah. Fucking game's weird. Movie's weird.
I watched a couple weeks ago, though? Howard the Motherfucking Duck.
Why the fuck would you watch Howard the Motherfucking Duck? It's a terrible... Why were we allowed to watch movies as kids? Holy shit! She tries to fuck the duck.
I was like...
I'm okay with it now, but I was like, I should not have been watching
this when I was...
There are so many... You know why? Because PG-13
It didn't matter. It did exactly.
It was PG.
Exactly. That's what it was. I snuck under the radar. It was a PG movie. And I'm like, she's about to fuck a duck. This is bestiality. Whatever. Let's roll with it. She's in cute little sexy
panties. I was like, fuck. It's okay now, but back then I should have been watching it.
I still don't think it's okay now. No, fuck that duck. I don't care if he's half...
No, because watching
it now, she's not trying to fuck the
duck. She's fucking with the duck. She clearly is
joking with.
She
I
wants
watched this a week ago.
She wants to fuck.
No. I watched this like 2 weeks ago. She clearly he makes a line. He says something. I forget what he says, and then she like tries to make him uncomfortable because he goes to make a move, and then she like accepts it. She's like, okay, let's do this. Let's the idea of like let's roll with it.
And then when she comes on, he's like, whoa, like I know.
No, she wants to fuck that duck. She wants to fuck that. You watch that movie and tell me she doesn't want to fuck that duck.
I did watch the movie.
Watch that movie again. You can see she wants to fuck that duck. It's a fuck duck.
When you're 7 or 4, she wants to fuck the duck.
Also, why at 7 and 4 we knew she wanted to fuck the duck? I don't know. But alas, thank you for joining us on the Talking Bull podcast. We will be back next week with updates on Swamp Thing as well as updates on Ghostbusters and E3. So tune in next week. We will be back.